This is the summary created from the video. Lecture 41 Demonstration XV. The demo covers the last two modules on AWTG UI programming, including GUI containers, components, and layout managers. It demonstrates applet and application development, showcasing the usefulness of GUI programming for building applications. The demo covers various components like buttons, checkboxes, labels, lists, and choices. The first example focuses on creating frames and panels in a GUI. It shows how to create frames, set title sizes and backgrounds, as well as resize frames by modifying pixel values. It also demonstrates how to create panels inside frames with color customization, create buttons, set their locations, dimensions, and add them to frames. The program then runs to display the frame with the created button. Buttons can have different colors, contexts, and constructors for customization. Their size can be controlled by the setBounds method. Setting the width and height. The checkbox class is used to create checkboxes with items and check-and-check states. The checkbox constructor takes a title and an optional boolean for the initial checked state. Checkboxes are added to a frame, and clicking will toggle their check-and-check state. The demo explains event handling and checkbox group in a UI framework. A checkbox group contains multiple checkbox items as a group. It demonstrates creating a checkbox group with 3 items, 2 of which are shown. The checkbox group is then added to a frame for display in the UI, highlighting the visual differences between a standalone checkbox and a checkbox group. After the frame container with labels, the demo presents a text field example. It shows 2 labels, first label and second label, positioned in a frame. The labels L1, L2 are added to the frame, which is configured for output. A frame container can include many components like labels, and the next example covers how to create a text field component. Text fields capture user input, with event handlers handling events. The example creates a frame with 2 text fields, each with initial text and setBounds. The text fields are added to the frame, which is configured and displayed. The user can type in the text fields by moving the mouse pointer and typing. Text area is another component for text input, similar to text field. While text fields have a limit on the number of characters, text area accommodates large text input. The text area size is set via setBounds, and it is appended to a frame. The text area shows default text like, "Welcome to IITKGP." Text area has horizontal and vertical scroll bars automatically, making it useful for many applications needing large text input. The demo explains lists and choice components in Java GUI programming. Lists display all items, while choices show one item at a time. Lists are created with limits on the number of visible items, and choice components allow scrolling through and selecting options. It demonstrates code examples for creating and using lists and choices. The creation and usage of scrollbars in GUI frames are explained. Horizontal and vertical scrollbar objects are instantiated, and their properties like visibility and range are set. The scrollbar size and location in the frame are customized, and the output demonstrates 2 scrollbars, horizontal and vertical. The demo discusses a scrollbar example with customizable size and mouse drag functionality. It then introduces a GUI example for user input, where a student's name and ID are entered and stored in a file. An applet is created with text fields, buttons, and labels for numerical operations. The example demonstrates applet design with components like labels, text fields, and buttons. The next example shows the same functionality using a frame instead of an applet. In the frame-based example, there are 3 text fields and 2 buttons for input. The window can be resized, and event handling for button clicks is implemented. The user can enter names and marks, and clicking Done completes the record. The application closes after record entry, demonstrating frame design and handling. The flow layout arranges components from left to right by default in a row. Other layout managers include grid layout, border layout, and card layout. The demonstration shows flow layout placing buttons 1-10 from left to right. Set layout new flow layout explicitly sets flow layout with left alignment and the alignment can be changed to left, right, or center as needed. The border layout divides the canvas into 5 regions: center, left, right, north, and south. Components are placed in specific regions using border layout, ORT each, and so on. The size of components is determined by available space, unless explicitly set. Gap and gap can control the spacing between neighboring components in border layout. The grid layout, which allows placing multiple components in a grid pattern, is introduced as the next topic covered. The grid layout is defined by specifying the number of rows and columns, such as 3x3. In the example, 9 buttons are placed following the grid layout pattern. The buttons are ordered according to the code and automatically arranged by the layout manager. The next example covers card layout, transitioning to a new topic. The card layout allows switching between multiple components. Each component is treated as a card that can be displayed. Clicking a button navigates to the next or previous card, and the order of cards is based on their addition sequence. 5 cards were demonstrated, cycling back to the first. In the conclusion, components are integrated into one applet, with a calculator example featuring text fields, buttons, and more. Layout managers help arrange components automatically, such as flow layout, border layout, and grid layout. Components are subclasses of Java. Auth component and can be added to applets or frames. Event handling, a crucial concept, will be discussed in the next module. In summary, the demo covers GUI programming with containers, components, and layouts. It demonstrates applet and application development using AWT. Components like buttons, checkboxes, and labels are customizable. Layout managers like flow layout and grid layout arrange components. The demo covers event handling for user input like text fields and combines components into examples like calculators. Please stay tuned for more summary videos.